A boy given a chance to make something of himself, cultivated in the finest academy known in world football, learning off the greatest minds to ever do it, and leaving the greatest of all time, smashing records on his way, winning trophies after trophies after trophies. And now finally, 19 years after that famous Nat King contract was drafted, Lionel Messi, the greatest to ever do it, is sadly departing his boyhood club. Is there anything more that Barcelona could have done to keep his services at the club? Is there anything more Lionel Messi could have done to keep himself at Barcelona? And now that he is gone, where will he find himself next? Will he be with the Peruvian Giants next summer? Will he join Bielsa in playing for the mighty Whites of Leeds United? Will Josep Guardiola somehow, some way convince the Sheikh to give up more money in pursuit of bringing the Messiah over the channel to England? Boy, this is never something I ever thought I'd see myself talking about, and boy, is there a hell of a lot for us to delve into. Hey guys, it's your boy JT, and welcome back to another video where of course we're going to be going through everything surrounding that Lionel Messi departure, and believe me, I am not leaving out a single thing. So join me as we delve through the nooks and the crannies of this mysterious situation. Numerous outlets are reporting that it is already confirmed where he is going next year, but before we get into that, I think it's important that we discuss, how did it get to this point? How did Barcelona get it so drastically wrong that they couldn't even afford to keep Messi playing for them, even if he'd agreed to play for free? That's right, Messi agreed to take a huge pay cut, but they still wouldn't let him play for them. And why? Because Barcelona's annual wages account for 95% of the club's revenue. That's right, 95%. And you wonder why the biggest driving forces behind this European Super League were the foreign clubs, most notoriously the three that didn't leave it, in Juventus, Barcelona and Real Madrid. And why is that? It's because Barcelona and Real Madrid had got so used to dominating European football, being able to spend more than everyone else, being able to have the better squads than everyone else, the Galacticos, all of the best players in the world always being cherry-picked by those two clubs. And finally, over the last 20 years, the Premier League revolution evened out the playing field. All of a sudden, the Premier League clubs, the English clubs in general, were expanding their revenue 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-fold, to the point where the Championship, England's second division, is as lucrative as the Liga division is, the primary French division. That's not even talking about how much the Premier League trumps everything else. When Norwich City almost got relegated a few years ago, they earned the same amount of Premier League revenue as Serie A title winners Juventus did that season. Do you know how ridiculous that is? And in pursuit of trying to maintain their status, Barcelona absolutely messed everything up. They are a mess from top to bottom. The amount of money they needlessly spent trying to reclaim their status after losing Neymar, 130 million on Ousmane Dembele, 140 million on Felipe Coutinho, 100 million on Antoine Griezmann, all of which I think it's safe to say have flattered to deceive. I mean, Coutinho was the biggest farce I've ever seen. Yes, he was quality at Liverpool, but could they have waited out, bided their time and got it for cheaper? You're damn right they could have. 140 million smackaroonies, only to sell him a year and a half later on loan to Bayern Munich, and then have to pay Liverpool an extra £5 million in compensation fees after he won the Champions League with a completely different club. And that's not even going into their frivolous wage structure. I mean, Antoine Griezmann, get this, Antoine Griezmann is on a reported £800,000 per week. £800,000 per week reported, and that's without bonuses. Frankie de Jong himself is on another £450,000 per week, again without bonuses. You can only imagine Felipe Coutinho was also on about 500 grand a week without bonuses. And all of this has culminated in Barcelona racking up a £1 billion net debt. £1 billion. Atletico Madrid not far behind with £881 million worth of debt. Real Madrid not too far behind that with a rumoured £651 million worth of debt. This really is a complete crisis moment for La Liga football in general. How will they recover from this? I'm not so sure. They've just lost Sergio Ramos to PSG. They lost Cristiano Ronaldo to Juventus a couple of years ago. They've lost Lionel Messi now. La Liga is losing everyone, and they're losing them rapidly. And it's very quickly transforming. La Liga is no longer becoming the second most desired league on the planet. It is no longer the home to the best players in the world. Now they are going elsewhere. Now PSG and Manchester City are able to flex their financial muscles. They're able to be the two super clubs drawing these players in. And Manchester City play in the league which has 6 clubs, 6+ clubs earning such mouth-watering levels of revenue that they're the ones that are raking in all the best players, and La Liga's export value is rapidly falling. But speaking of PSG and Manchester City, those are of course Lionel Messi's most likely destinations. And speaking of the most likely, we are going to start with Paris Saint-Germain, who have apparently agreed contract negotiations with the Messiah Lionel Messi, and he is supposedly waiting to wrap his deal up within the coming weeks. However, there is a stumbling block. Do they have to let Kylian Mbappe go? It is rumoured that because he is on so much wages and because Lionel Messi will demand such astronomical wages, it is unfeasible to keep both the Frenchman and the Argentine at the club at the same time. Personally, I think they should sell Mbappe anyway. Even if they can only get £100 million for him, it is 100 million% worth it. Because if not, he's going to go next year for free. And that is such a crime. And PSG are a prime example of how these big money transfers aren't necessarily working out for a lot of clubs. They spent £160 million on him. They spent £220 million on Neymar, and that £160 million, much like the £140 odd million that Barcelona spent on Coutinho, is all going to disappear. Yes, they got Kylian Mbappe for 4 years, 4 great years, but the fact that they're unable to get anything for him has really cost them. And this is how player power is really affecting these clubs now. Not only is the wage bracket increasing exponentially, but the player power is allowing them to just run down their contracts and go to whichever club they see fit, and in the process rack up their wages. What do you guys think? Do you think that there's still a way of them keeping Mbappe at the club? Do you think that it is worth spending hundreds of millions of pounds on these players when you're not going to recoup it in the long run? Because we've already seen how that can negatively impact a club like Barcelona. Are PSG on their way now? And I think you've seen it with PSG in particular. They've changed the way their structure. They're now signing a lot of free transfers. Sergio Ramos on a free, Gianluigi Donnarumma on a free, Akhraf Hakimi on a free, and now potentially Lionel Messi on a free. That will be 4 of the biggest free transfers in the history of the game. Having said that, I'd much happily see Mbappe go for free if it means we get 1 season of M&M. Messi, Mbappe, Neymar. Yes, it's no Messi, Suarez, Neymar, and I don't care what anybody says. Anybody who says that this front three is as good as Messi, Suarez, Neymar, my son, you must be very, very young or very delusional, because MSN is the greatest attacking trio to ever grace the game. MSN, oh, I get nostalgia just thinking about a single game I've seen them play. The patterns, the chemistry, the dialogue. They knew where each other were at all times. Messi to Neymar to sliding in Luis Suarez. Oh, staggering. Having said that, Messi, Mbappe and Neymar will be something else. It will be something that we just have to see. We just have to see it. And hey, maybe if PSG lose Mbappe next year, maybe they can swoop in and sign Cristiano Ronaldo. Could you imagine Messi and Ronaldo playing in the same team? I think we all need to see that. At least for 1 year. At least for 1 season. We need to see someone get Messi and Ronaldo playing in the same team. Just to wrap up this era. This fantastic era of football we've all grown up in. And can we spare a minute's silence for Manchester City fans? Because let me tell you, if I was a Man City fan, I would be absolutely livid. They just spent £100 million on Jack Grealish, the real deal. And yes, whilst he is a fantastic player and a great signing, the day they sign him, Lionel Messi is suddenly up for grabs. If they'd waited an extra week, if that paperwork had not gone through, they could have had the chance to get Lionel Messi instead of Jack Grealish. And I don't care how good you think Jack Grealish is. He's not Lionel Messi. And that, my friend, is a fact. And boy, how great would that have been for Premier League football in general. I would have loved to see it myself. And as a result of that, Pep Guardiola has, of course, come out and he said, no, we spent our money on Jack Grealish. He's our guy. We do not have the facilities to go for Lionel Messi anymore. And it doesn't look like there is anyone else that really can compete with PSG at this time. Maybe there's a 1 in a million chance that he does somehow end up at Ellen Road to play under Bielsa. Of course, he did come out and speak about how he wants to play under Bielsa one day. How fantastic would that be? How many goals would he get in a Bielsa Leeds side? Oh, beggars belief. But of course, it does look like that PSG deal is about to be wrapped up, signed, sealed, delivered. And if PSG don't win the Champions League next year with Sergio Ramos, Hakimi, Donnarumma and Lionel Messi added to their already liquid team, then is Maurizio Pochettino really a massive fraud? That is what we have to be discussing next year if they can't do the job. But if Messi signs, I see no reason in hell why they will not be able to win the Champions League. But let me know what you guys think about this whole debacle, about Barcelona, about Lionel Messi, about Real Madrid, and about Paris Saint-Germain. Let me know what you think about all of it in the comments section down below. But for now, guys, thank you ever so much for watching. It has been your boy JT, and I'll see you in the next video. Adios.